This video brought to you in partnership with Baron of Dice. Hello and welcome to our third battle report for Adeptus Titanicus. In this game we pit Legio Presages, the Loyalists, versus the Ursus Claw-wielding Audax Warhounds and their Porphyrian Knight support. This is the first time I've actually played my Legio Praesagius, while Troy, my opponent, is a veteran Audax player. Now, we did a couple of things really different in this battle, so we might have got an occasional rule or two wrong, but we sure did have a good time, and I hope you enjoy watching it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hello, this is my 1,750 point Legio Praesagius force. This is actually the first time I'm playing Legio Presages, so I'm really excited to get them on the table and see how they do. I am using a Corsair Maniple with a Reinforcement Titan. My Princeps Signoris and the first Titan in my battle line Maniple is a Reaver. It is armed with a Volcano Cannon in the left arm. In the right arm it's got a Laser Blaster, and the carapace has an Apocalypse Missile Launcher. No upgrades. This is the Princeps Signoris, and his personal trait is Dominant Strategist. Reaver number 2 in the Corsair Battle Line Maniple has a left arm Melta Cannon. On its right arm it's got a Gatling Blaster, and on the carapace it's got a Vulcan Mega Bolter. No upgrades, and he's a total of 310 points. My third Reaver is a Reaver with a Volcano Cannon in the left arm, Gatling Blaster in the right arm, and on top is Apocalypse Missile Launcher. No upgrades on him for a straight 300 points. And the last Reaver in the Maniple is a Corsair Reaver again, left arm with a Gatling Blaster, right arm with a Melta Cannon, and a Vulcan Mega Bolter up top for a total of 310 points. I have a Warlord as a Reinforcement Titan, not part of the Maniple. He's got a Volkite Destructor on the left arm, a Sun Fury Plasma Annihilator on the right, and a Vulcan Mega Bolter Array up top. His upgrades are tracking gyroscopes that gives him arc for his Vulcan Mega Bolter up top, and hardened casing for the Volkite Destructor, for a total of 515 points. My total is 1,750 points on the nose.
This is my 1,750 point Legio Audax Ember Wolves Maniple. I'm utilizing a Canis Light Maniple, 5 Warhounds in the Canis Light Maniple, and a support detachment of Acastus Porphyrion Knights. My Princeps Signoris in the Canis Light Maniple is a Warhound equipped with Ursus Claw on the right arm, left arm Triple Laser Destructor with the Master of Ambush Princeps trait. My second Warhound within the not only that, all Warhounds within the Canis Light Maniple are corrupted. All Warhounds have the base mutation of Preternatural Grace. Princeps Signoris is also equipped with Demonic Bile and the Immaterial Shield base mutation, and the Audax reinforced plating, as well as every Titan in the Maniple is equipped with reinforced plating. The second Titan in the Maniple is a Warhound equipped with a Ursus Claw on the left arm, Mega Bolter on the right arm, with Experimental Weapon, which will be applied in the first round of the game, for the Vulcan Mega Bolter. Again, this Titan is equipped with Reinforced Plating, Preternatural Grace Corruption, and Immaterial Shield. The third Titan is also a Warhound, Ursus Claw on the left arm, Inferno Cannon on the right arm, equipped with Demonic Bile, Preternatural Grace, and Immaterial Shield. I have another Warhound with the right arm Ursus Claw, left arm Inferno Cannon, all the same mutations and upgrades. And then finally, the fifth Warhound, right arm Ursus Claw, left arm Mega Bolter, equipped with the Reinforced Plating, Preternatural Grace, and Immaterial Shield. As support unit, I have the Acastus banner of 2 Knight Porphyrions, with one of which has las cannons for the secondary weapons, and the other is auto cannons. Both have magma blasters, or magma las cannons, and missile launchers. Comes out to 1,750 points even.
In today's game, we will be using the Open Engine War cards for the primary and secondary objectives. The primary mission is Seize and Hold. After the battlefield is set up, each player takes turns placing 4 objective tokens. These objective tokens are used at the end of the battle to determine score. Each objective is worth 5 victory points if the total number of scale is greater than your opponent's. If the total scale is the same, the objective is contested and worth 0 victory points. We will be using secondary objectives in this game. For the Loyalists, we'll be using Secure Ground, so that will be a building that will be pointed to at the very beginning of the deployments section. And for the Traders, Audax, they will be using Cut Off the Head, so they'll be going after the Presagius Princeps Signoris. We will not be using planetary effects or battlefield effects from the Open Engine War deck in this game.
Okay, we have set up the battlefield. We are using the deployment zones right there. There's the Loyalist deployment zone, and there is the Trader deployment zone. These corners of the battlefield right here. So we've got our mission picked. We've got our deployment zones picked. Also, we have our objectives. So each one of the objectives have been placed. So there's one right there. There's one right there. There's one right there. And then the last one is right there. So those are all the objectives. We'll be able to move our Titans around those. They're just kind of prettier objectives than just like simple bases. So you might see those move around, but those are the objectives for the game. So we are going to come back with our deployment right after this. All right, we have deployed our forces. So the Loyalists are deploying over here on this flank, and the Traders are deploying over here. You'll see that it's a little bit empty. Troy's going to talk all about his deployment. So basically my thinking was get my line of Reavers kind of in the front here to be able to try to cover all the objectives and have the Warlord in the back maybe kind of sitting there as backup. Troy, you've got a very interesting deployment with Audax. Tell me a little bit about it.
So we can, the Canvas Light Maniple, I can almost forward deploy. It's setting up ambush points. So I set up the ambush markers greater than 6 inches away from your deployment zone, and hopefully in a place where your Titans can actually see what I want.
Right.
And then once you finish your deployment, I got to put my Titans down on the table at those. They had to be within 3 inches of those of those markers, those ambush markers. And they had to be at least 50% obscured from all enemy Titans.
Got it, which was a little bit fun to kind of get them positioned, but we did a pretty good job, I think.
Yeah, it never ever turns out how you want it as an Audax player, but it's still it's close enough that hopefully you can do something with it.
Right. Okay. Perfect. All right, so we're deployed. We've got our mission. We're ready to go. We are going to go into first turn, strats and orders. All right, turn 1, strats and orders. Legio Praesagius is the commander of the battlefield, so I'll go first. My first strat I'm going to play is I'm going to play Ablative Armor, and I'm going to put that on my Princeps Signoris. That gives him the ability to defer the first direct, devastating, or critical hit that he receives, so that is on him. All right, Troy, over to you. Any strats and orders you want to play?
I'm going to play Experimental Weapon. I'm going to play it on this Titan.
Oh, nice.
So I have equipped with Ursa's Claw on the left and Mega Bolt on the right. So I have to I have to roll for it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
To see which one's experimental. All right, the Vulcan mode. And what does that makes it?
It gives it the maximal fire trait, increasing its strength by 2. However, I have to fire it on maximal fire every time.
Gotcha.
Every hit roll of 1, I increase my reactors by 1.
Right. Or you also do strength hits with that puppy. So feels very familiar playing Volturum for myself. Okay, so that was your strat. Back over to me. All right, strats and orders. I'm going to do something I did not think I was going to do this early in the game, but I'm going to play another stratagem called Precision Volley. That's part of the Legio Presages special stratagems. So that gives me 1 turn. I get +1 to hit on all weapons fired that are at long range. Since he's so close, I don't know if that's going to help, but I don't think I'm going to have another turn where they're quite this far away. So Precision Volley. All right. Troy, anything else on your side in terms of strats?
No, I'm not going to play anything else.
No more strats. Okay, let's go over to orders. Okay, so for my first order, I'm going to attempt to get first fire on this Reaver. So D10, need a 4. Nope, failed it. No more orders. All right, Troy, over to you. Any orders that you want to place?
No, No, I don't think I'm going to have any orders.
Okay, no orders first turn. All right, so that is turn 1, strats and orders. We're going to go into the movement phase. Turn 1, movement phase recap. Troy, we just did a back and forth here, so I moved these 2 Reavers down, shuffled down this way. Then I think you moved those guys up there, right?
Yes, I moved them from the building they were hiding behind when to spring their ambush, straight back to try and attack your flanking Reaver.
Yep, and then you moved these guys, just kind of shuffled them up this way, didn't you?
Yes, I put the Porphyrions, just moved them forward, trying to give them line of sight straight down.
Gotcha.
And then I moved. Then they came out of hiding. They come this way.
Right. This guy was kind of here, kind of shuffled up.
And the other one was hiding behind this tower on the hill.
Right.
Unfortunately, after doing so,
I did some shenanigans back here. Of course, they're going to do what of course they're going to do.
I mean, it's to be expected
right.
by cowardly Ember Wolves.
We worship a corpse. So my Princeps Senioris just backed up. My Warlord, I pushed power to locomotors for 2 heat, so I kind of brought him up here. And this Reaver was kind of more here-ish, and I just moved back. Oops, I moved him back to try to stay out of range of those Ursus Claws. Okay, so that's board state movement for turn 1. We're going to go into damage control phase. All right, turn 1, damage control phase. Really nothing to write home about. When this guy pushed for power to locomotors, he gained 2 heat on the reactor die, so I just rolled for him. He reduced those 2 heat, so he's back to normal and cool. Troy, you had nothing going on in terms of damage or heat, so we're just going to go straight into combat phase. Okay, turn 1, combat phase. I'm going to do my first activation. I'm going to activate this Reaver. He's less than 8 inches away from that Warhound, so I can't use my Carapace weapon, but I am going to try to shoot my Gatling Blaster. I'm within short range, so that's +1, but he's also got immaterial shield, so that's -1. So that's just going to be a regular old hit on 3 ups, 6 dice. That's a good number of hits, so that is 5 hits to your Void Shields. All right, 5 hits against your Void Shields. Here we go. Ooh, 2 go through?
Yes.
Looks like 2.
2.
Yep, all right. All right, last weapon for him. I'm going to fire the multi-cannon at the same Warhound that's hitting on 4s because of Immaterium Shield. That's 2 hits, so 2 Void Shield saves for you. Oh, it looks like you missed 1.
And there's the other one.
Oh, actually you missed 2 because you're on 4s right now, aren't you?
I'm on 4s, so okay. My voids are out.
Voids are out on that guy, okay. All right, Troy, over to you. What are you activating?
I'm activating my Warhound Squadron here in a coordinated strike against your Reaver with the Gatling Blaster and the Melta.
Makes sense.
Right there.
Okay.
We're gonna, just for the sake of expediency, we're gonna start with the Warhounds with the Mega Bolters.
Got it.
Point blank.
Okay, so you hitting on 2s, I want to say? Is it +1 for short range?
Yes, it's a +1 for short range.
Okay, so hitting on 2s. Not bad. You got 1 rapid in there, so that turns into a 6.
Got 2
rapids in there, so that's what, 7 hits?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits.
All right, 7 hits. Okay, 7 hits. Oh my god. Ah! So I'm gonna go voiced full, see what happens. For 2 heat, that's not great. So that was 7 hits, you said, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 3s, re-rolling 1s. Thank goodness for the re-rolling 1s. So at least 2 down. So 2 Void Shields down on that attack.
3.
3 Void Shields down, thank you. Yep, 3 Void Shields down. All right, so that was 2 heat and 3 voids down. He's on his last Void Shield. Troy, what's next?
Next is going to be the Princeps Senioris with the Turbulation Destructor.
Okay.
No bonuses. I am going to run Shield Bane, which is draining.
Yep. So roll your reactor die for that bad boy. For free.
Yes.
Okay.
I like these dice.
Baron of Dice, folks. Get them while they're hot.
Yep. So
all right, so 2 shots.
1
hit. Okay, so that is let's do voice to full just for the grins of it. For free. All right, so that's 4s re-rolling 1s, right?
Yes.
And that was 1 hit?
That was 1 hit.
1 hit. Okay, 4s re-rolling 1s. Oh, thank goodness for the re-rolling 1s. Still goes down. So shields are out.
Shields are out.
All right, Troy, what's next?
All right, so next we're going to go with the Princeps Senioris' Demonic Bile.
Gotcha.
Using a template weapon, I
Definitely
think
in
you're
range. Yeah, definitely in range.
Slightly.
Okay, so that's templates, Firestorm, and Fusion, right?
Yeah, it's a template for which causes it being short range, puts it in Firestorm and Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have D3 Strength 5 hits.
Okay, D3. So 2.
Two Strength 5 hits.
Okay. And then you roll D10s for the Fusion, right?
I'd roll D10s for the Fusion.
Yes.
Instead of D6s.
Okay, 2 hits. Okay, so it's a base strength 5, so that's
Strength
a 11 and a 13?
13.
All right, an 11 and a 13. And do you have to roll hit location?
I do.
All right, an 11 and a 13 against the...
Yes,
legs.
That's exactly what I wanted to
All
hit.
right, fantastic. Okay, so an 11 and a 13 is a direct and a devastating hit, so move that Reaver's legs 3 down the track. All right, Troy, what's next?
All right, so that finishes up for the Princeps Senioris. Moving on to my Warhound over here with his Inferno Cannon.
Yep.
First, using the same template.
Definitely in range.
Definitely in range. So it's 3 Strength 7 auto hits.
Okay.
So
2 10s and a 14?
2 10s and a 11.
11. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. 2 10s and 11. Hit location was the weapon, so let's see. That's a 10, a 10, and an 11, right?
Yes, but it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gatling Blaster, Mega Bolter, and then a Melted Cannon.
All right, let's see what happens.
Sorry.
No, you're right. All right, so that's the Carapace, the Vulcan Mega Bolter, and I believe that's going to disable it. All right, so you disabled the Carapace Vulcan Mega Bolter. All right, what's next?
All right, so the last thing to do prior to going to the Ursus Claws for the Squadron unit is going to be the
Demonic Bile.
Demonic Bile. From there, using
Yep.
the template again.
Yep, in range.
In range.
So it's D3, strength 5 hits.
Strength 5 hits.
So that's 3.
So that would be 3 strength 5 hits.
And location die.
Okay, so we're going to see they're going to the, please be the leg.
Cocked. Reroll that puppy.
Yes.
Leg. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to roll 2, and then I'll roll my third one afterwards.
Yep.
So D3 strength 5. So I've got 2 9s.
2 9s. But it's +1 because the legs are already wounded, so that's 2 direct hits.
And +1 for the coordinated strike.
Oh yeah, I think that's still a direct hit, but we'll take a look. And then your last one, so you got 2 9s and
3 9s. So
and 3 9. All right, let's go see what the damage looks like. All right, so that was 3 points of damage to his legs. He's on the last pip on his regular track, so still standing, but his legs are pretty damaged. So now we're going to go over to the Ursus Claw attack. All right, last attack, the Ursus Claws. What? What's happened?
All right, so we're going to start with firing the Ursus Claw from him. I need 3 ups to hit. He hits.
It's a hit.
All right, so then we're going to fire his, because this, again, coordinated strike.
Another hit.
Another hit, and then we're going to fire his. Also a
All
hit.
5s.
I am really loving these dice.
Baron of Dice, there you go.
Excellent. All right, so what happens in the Impale is, seeing as all 3 hit, it bypasses shields, which in this case doesn't really matter.
Right. Okay, so all 3 hit. Now what happens?
Now we're going to roll a d6, and then we're going to add that to the strength value.
Normally 3 for odd. Normally 3
for everybody else, but 4 for Audax, because we're special and we're the bestest boys.
Right, the bestest with the claws. Okay, here we go. All right, a 4. So what does that mean? So it's a strength 8?
So no. So the difference is I've got the 4 plus the 4 is an 8. Right, and because each of these additional Titans, the Warhounds hit with their Audax Claws, are adding a +1 for both.
Right.
So this is a 4 plus 4 plus 2, so we're looking at a 10.
Plus 3 because of leg damage, so that's a 13.
Not quite yet. We're
okay.
almost there, right?
Okay.
So what it is we're matching your scale, right? You
Got
are
it.
a scale 8 Titan.
Correct.
For here, I have exceeded your scale.
Got it.
All right, so all 3 hit.
Yep.
We determined that it was in excess of your scale. We had a great time with that one. So
yes.
I am incredibly excited to determine which way you're going to turn.
Right.
So
roll a d6, right?
I'm going to roll a d6.
All these Ursus Claws are latched into him, and they're pulling him, trying to drag him down.
Yeah.
Now we roll to see which way you drag him, which turns him either left or right.
So on a 1 through 3, you're going to turn to the right. On a 4 through 6, you're going to turn to the left.
Fantastic.
6.
6. So you're turning to the left like 45?
90.
90, okay. So that goes boop, like that, right?
Yes.
Are we good?
We
probably,
are good.
Probably like that.
Hey, and then
cool!
The next thing we're going to do is we're going to roll a D3. We're going to determine how many devastating hits to the legs.
Outstanding. So it's D3 plus 1, right?
D3 plus 1 devastating hits to your legs.
Which is interesting because my legs are at the end of the track.
Yes, exactly. You were one step away from critical damage. So let's see how bad this gets for you. 2.
So that's
1 plus
2.
1. So it's going to be 2.
2 devastating hits to the leg. All right, so you twisted him 90 degrees that way. He's gone off the end of his critical track. I could use Against the Impossible, but I'm actually going to save that for maybe another Titan at some point when they receive some critical damage. So I am actually going to sacrifice that Reaver. He is going to be laid low, and that is engine kill. How do you feel, Troy? First engine kill with Ursus Claws.
First engine kill? I'm very happy. Now I'm excited. And now let's see if we can't be excited to avoid you falling on me.
Yes. All right, so he is laid low. That means I need to roll D6 and scatter that direction. So I scatter 5 inches this way, so I'm going to measure that and come back. All right, so based on the dice that I rolled, he scattered 5 inches this way. He was actually only 4 inches away, so he stumbles this way, hits his base, and he stops there. We're going to resolve some collision damage, and then we're going to do the fall and see where he falls. So collision damage, it's going to be D6 strength 8 hits. So that's going to be 3 strength 8 hits. We're going to roll that against location. All right, 3 strength 8 hits. That is in the leg. And so a 10, an 11. Whoops, that was a 6, I promise. A 10, an 11, and a 14 to your legs.
But I've got Audax Ursus, or
yes.
upgraded plating, which makes this a
9,
10,
a
10, and a 14.
14, all right.
The legs.
Okay, so he fell into that Warhound, did 3 hits to the legs. That's 3. You did 1 direct and 1 devastating, right?
One
so
direct,
3.
1 devastating.
Yeah,
1
3 pips down the track. Now he falls. What direction does he fall? He falls kind of straight backwards, so I'm going to assume that hits nobody.
Engine kill.
Okay, so he fell into that Warhound, did 3 hits to the legs. That's 3. You did 1 direct and 1 devastating, right?
1
so 3.
Direct, 1 devastating.
Yeah,
1
3 pips down the track. Now he falls. What direction does he fall? He falls kind of straight backwards, so I'm going to assume that hits nobody, and that is engine kill. All right, what's next?
All right, so we're going to run up the other part of the squadron since I did a 5 Titan squadron. These 2 are going to be coordinated strike. They're targeting this Titan.
Okay.
The other bodyguard for your Princeps and yours.
Yes, all of the bodyguards.
So I am definitely out of template range.
Yeah,
his
demonic
flamer.
bile or flamer for you.
Yeah, you took that away from me. However,
I know. I am the taker of things.
However, I'm pretty sure I'm 100% within range for the Mega Bolter. I am within range for the Mega Bolter.
Yep. So
Hitting on
straight up,
threes.
hitting on 3s. Okay.
So we're hitting on 3s.
Right on.
So that's going to be 7.
That's
going to be 6.
6 because you got
Rapid.
there. So yeah, basically 6 hits. Yep. So 6 hits. I am going to go voids to full because I can. So voids to full for 1 heat. All right, voids to full. 3s, re-rolling 1s. Thank goodness for re-rolling 1s. All right, so 1 void goes down and I got 1 heat.
All right, so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use his Ursus Claw. I'm just at the edge of that rain for hitting it.
Okay.
There will no bonuses or anything. We're just going to see what's going to happen.
Need a 3?
I need a 3.
3!
And I get it.
And you basically got it. Yep.
Oh,
Whoop.
oh no.
Oh, God.
Move. All right, so I got a 3. So
And there's no void shields there, so now we just...
Nope. So now all I'm doing is I'm going to roll a d6.
Yep.
I'm going to add it to the strength, and we're going to see if it exceeds your
Scale. Yep.
So
4,
5, 6, 7.
No.
I do not exceed the scale.
Okay. All right, so since you didn't exceed my scale, you just roll a d6 to see if I turn, right?
Yep.
And on a 1, something bad happens to you.
Yes. No, on a 1 for the previous roll
Oh, it was for the previous roll.
Something bad would happen to me. Here,
Right.
we're just
Seeing
giving you a little yank and
Yep.
course correcting you a
Yep.
little bit.
All right, let's see which
All right,
direction.
So 1 through 3 to the right, and 4, 5, 6 to the left. So you turn to the right.
Turn to the right. So that means we go...
90 degrees to the right.
There we go. All right, that was him. Okay, over to me. I'm going to activate this Reaver. He's in arc of that Warhound right there. Since his void shields are down, I'm going to start with the Melta Cannon. So that's a little over 8 inches of range. So he's not short range or anything like that. So I'm going to place the template right there, and let's see if I hit. I need a 3 to hit. That's a miss. Okay, so that was a miss, so I'm going to scatter D10 inches. It's going to kind of go backwards 7 inches. I'm pretty confident that's going to hit nothing, but let's just make sure. Yeah, that's going to shoot and hit nothing. Okay, so that is a miss. Okay, next up I'm going to take the Gatling Blaster and fire at the same target. I'm 8.5 inches away, so that puts me at long range, and since I did precision volley this turn, that's +1 to hit. So hitting on 2s. And look at all the ones I rolled. So that's 1, 2, 3 hits. Okay, that was 3 hits with the Gatling Blaster. So 3 dice, location. That is the body. Okay, so I'll get a reroll of 1 because of ordnance. Okay, that's a little bit better. So that means it's strength 5 plus 1 because of flank, 6, 7. And then a 10, and then an 11. Wait, 12.
And then your 12 becomes an 11,
Right.
and your 10 becomes a 9.
Right. Okay, the last gun is the Carapace Vulcan Mega Bolter. Normally hitting on 3s, he's a little bit outside of short range, so he's in long range, so precision volley gives me +1. So that's 6 dice hitting on 2s. Okay, so that is 5 hits. No rapid on that, so 5 hits, strength 4.
+1.
+1 because of damage, and +2 because of... No, just +1 because of damage on
And
the body
+1
already.
because of flank.
Yep, and +1 because of flank, so that's +2 to these. So hit you in the legs. Okay, so this is what I rolled. He's on the flank, so it's +1 to damage. Hit him in the legs, so there's no bonus damage from the track there. So we got 2 7s, an 8, a 9, and a 10. That translates to, what, 2 pips of damage on the legs?
Just
right?
2 pips on the legs.
Yeah, 2 direct hits. Okay, that's it for him. All right, Troy, back over to you. What's up?
All right, so the Porphyrions are finally getting to the fight.
Uh-huh.
We're going to be throwing their Iron Storm missile pods directly at friend Reaver over there.
Right.
He's somehow managed to go untouched this entire combat round. We're gonna see if we can't fix that.
Okay.
So that's 2 Iron Storm missile pods, 6 dice each, strength 4 with a 4 to hit.
Yeah, ballistic skill 4. Here we go. Need 4s.
So I'm going to be rolling 12 dice.
Right on.
Oh, that was not as good as I wanted it to. I have 1, 2, 3 hits.
3 hits. Okay. All right. All right, I'm going to go voids to full. For free. That's the right price. And then 3 hits. 3's re-rolling 1s. At least 1 void down. Right? Yeah, 1 void down to get to re-roll this 1. All right, so 1 void down.
All right. So I'm going to be using the Magma Las cannons now for each of them. They're paired.
Yep.
They're 4 dice per Porphyrion. And I use a 3-inch blast marker.
Okay. So, you know what? We're going to come back. We're going to figure out exactly how many hits that does. All right, so when all was said and done, firing all those Porphyrions, there was 3 direct hits and then 5 misses. Those 5 scatters only produced 1 additional hit. So since it's 2 hits per hit, so that's a total of 7 hits to my void shields. I'm going to go power to voids for 1 heat. So this is still 3s, re-rolling 1s, 7 different hits. 1 got through, and then I have to re-roll this 2. Or that 1, excuse me. Okay, so 1 more void goes down. All right, next up for me, I'm going to activate my Princeps Senioris. He is going to fire at that unvoided Warhound. I'm going to start with my Laser Blaster. So since I picked Precision Volley this turn, he's +1 to hit, but he's long range at 25 inches, so he's -1 to hit. So he is hitting on 3s with a Laser Blaster. 3s!
That's what I like to see.
Oh. Okay, next up I'm going to do the Volcano Cannon, same target, hitting on 3s. That's a hit. That's 2 hits. All right, and it hits in the, since I'm not at long range on this one, yeah. So I have to take what hit location I get. And damage is strength 10. So 14 to your body, it's in flank, so that's a 15 to your body, -1 because of your armor, right?
Yes.
So it's a 14 to your body?
No, it's a 15 because it was a +1 to the body damage you already had
Got
before.
it. Okay, so 15 to the body.
Okay.
All right, so last up for my Princeps Senioris, I'm going to fire the Apocalypse Missile Launcher. I'm not in long range, so it's just straight up 3s on 5 dice. So that's actually not too bad. So that's 4 hits, and it's +1 damage because I'm in Side Arc. And so let's roll those location dice.
Oh, did you do targeted attacks?
No, straight up.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yep, straight up. In the legs.
Oh, okay. It's a +1, I believe.
Okay, so 1s do nothing. And then a strength 4, 5 because of flank, and 6 because of previous damage, right?
Yep, -1 because of armor, so back to 5.
5, 6, 7, and then 8, which is probably nothing.
Yes, they're both nothing.
Okay. All right, Troy has gone and activated all of his stuff, so it's just me, and it's this Reaver and this Warlord. So this Reaver unfortunately got spun about, so we're just going to be able to shoot the Apocalypse Missile Launcher. I'm going to target that Warhound right there. I'm hitting on 3s. That is 3 hits, so that is 3 Void Shields to you, sir. Actually, it was hitting on 4s because they've got Immaterium Shield because they've got their Void Shields up. So actually, it only hits on 4s, but as I rolled, it was a 4, 4, and a 6, so that actually is still 3 hits. So that's 3 Void Shield saves on that Warhound. Okay, 3 Void Shield saves.
All 3 save.
All 3 save, no problem. Okay, so that's all the that Reaver can do. So I'm going to move over to my Warlord Titan. He's got a Vulcan Megabolter Carapace Array. He's a little bit outside 10 inches, so he's at long range. Since I've got Precision Volley Stratagem up, that's +1. You've got Immaterium Shield, that's -1. So at the end of the day, it is hitting on 3s with 12 dice. And 6s are rapid. So that means I got a 6 there, so that's 2 6s, so that's +2 hits, so we'll just do that. So that is 10 hits on my Vulcan Megabolter. All right, 10 Vulcan Megabolter hits.
All right, I'm going to push Voids to full.
Voids to full! For a heat.
I'll take the heat. That's
Yeah,
fine.
take the heat.
All right, so
3s rerolling.
1.
Yep.
That's 2, 3 ones I get to reroll.
I don't see any 2s in there, so yeah. Reroll those 3s, or those 1s, excuse me. You lost a shield.
I lost a single shield.
Wow. Okay, good rolling. Okay, next up for the Warlord, he's got the Volkite Destructor. So I am going to do that on beam mode. So I'll roll a reactor dice to see how much it hit, or how much heat I get from that. But that gives it the beam trait, so that'll be 5 automatic hits with Void Breaker against that lead Warhound. All right. So, Volkite Destructor against that Warhound. You're sharing shields, so you're saving 5 dice on 3s, I believe, right?
Yes.
All right. 3 up. You lose 1.
I lose 1.
Okay. All right, last gun on my Warlord. I'm going to fire the Sun Fury Plasma Annihilator. He's -1 because of the Immaterium Shield normally on 3, so I'm hitting on 4s. So that is 2 hits against your Void Shields.
3 hits.
All right, 1 goes down. Okay, so that's board state at the end of turn 1. We really only had critical damage on one of Troy's Warhounds over there, so you had a reactor leak, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then basically just move the track up a little bit on him?
Yep, just moved it 1 pip.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so that is the end of turn 1. We're going to go into the roll-off for first player turn 2. All right, top of turn 2, first player roll-off. Here we go. We both rolled a 2. Okay, do it again. 7. Okay, I will take first player. All right, top of turn 2, strats and orders. I'm first player. I don't have any strats I want to play.
I don't have any either.
Okay, and actually, come to think of it, I don't even have any orders I want to play. How about you?
Nope, none.
Okay, very simple strats and orders phase. We're going to move into movement phase. Okay, turn 2, movement phase. Lots of movement happened. So I kicked us off with moving, I believe I moved this Reaver up a little bit. Your Warhounds just skirted completely by him, and they're over here. My Reaver scooched back.
And then got hit by thermal mines.
And then got hit by some thermal mines, so he did 1 damage. He did 1 damage to the legs, or 2 damage actually to the legs, but since he had the ablative armor, it only was 1 direct hit. So he's got 1 pip of damage on his legs. You moved your Warhounds up kind of from that objective here. You went around my Reaver, right?
Yeah, I just straight blitzed past your Reaver.
Yeah, and then my Corsair Reaver just kind of shimmy, cocoa pop over that way. It pushed for locomotors and then kind of landed right there. You just moved your Knights up a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then me, I took my Warlord. He moved backwards 2 inches. I went 1 turn 45 degrees. Tried to do power 2 stabilizers to turn him another one. Rolled Machine Spirit, failed my command check. Rolled emergency repairs on the Awakened Machine Spirit. So I reduced 1 heat, so now he's on the first pip of yellow on his heat. So he's kind of stuck there, hoping to have turned, but he didn't. So that's kind of it for where we ended up with movement. All right, during the movement phase, I actually also placed a thermal mine on that Warhound. Turns out I did not roll sufficiently enough to do any damage. I did 1 hit, but I rolled a 1 on the damage roll. So thermal mines went off, but did not do any damage. We're going to go into the damage control phase, turn 2. Damage control phase. Troy, what did you have going on?
So the only thing I did was I was able to boost the shield back up on this Warhound right here, repair the critical damage on this Warhound.
His legs, right?
On his legs,
yep.
And remove the heat from my... not from my Princeps and yours, from my other Warhound over here.
Right, gotcha. Okay, and then for me, for my Warlord, I was just able to vent 1 heat, and then for that for that Reaver, I was able to vent 1 heat as well, and that was all I was able to do. Either the other folks didn't have any damage, or I didn't roll enough to repair anything. So that is damage control phase. We're going to go on to the combat phase. Okay, combat phase. I'm going to activate this Reaver first, actually, and I'm going to target this Warhound. Now, they're all still sharing shields, and they still all have Immaterium Shield. So he's at 7 inches of range, so normally with the Gatling Blaster, which I'm going to shoot first, that would normally be base 3, hitting on 2s because of range, but -1 because of the Immaterium Shield, so that's 6 dice, hitting on 3s. Spinning... Okay, so that's 1 miss. And that is against your Void Shield. So 5 hits against your Voids.
Pushing Voids to full.
Yeah. For a heat.
For a heat. You
Okay.
said 5?
5 hits.
Reroll 1s.
4s, rerolling 1s. Here we go. And another. So that was actually a really good shot, or a really good save. He's got 3-up saves on that. So actually, when he rolled that, he's actually saved all those hits. So no damage to the Voids there. Okay, so the Gatling Blaster did not peel any shields off, unfortunately. So next I'm going to go the Vulcan Mega Bolter, same target. I don't get +1 for range here, so I'm hitting you on 4s because of your Immaterial Shield. So that's actually a miss there, but since it is rapid, that's an additional 2 hits. So that is 7 shield saves.
Excellent. All right, once again, I am going to...
Power to Voids?
Power to Voids.
Yes.
Oh, 2
all
heat.
Of the heat.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
So 2, 4, 6. I'll roll the last one.
Yeah, roll another one. So you're saving on 3s, so you get to re-roll that 1, plus we get to roll another dice.
Reroll a 1.
So then roll one more dice. Yep. I got a void down.
You did take a void down.
Yay.
Excellent.
All right, last up for him, I'll do the melta cannon. I know they're still void shielded, but what can you do? And I'm going to drop it right there to hopefully maybe get multiple hits. So hitting on 4s because of Immaterium Shield. That's a miss. And so that's going to be a D10 and scatter. It's going to be, oh, darn it, I moved that dice. But it's going to be 8 inches this way, so that's going to be nothing. All right, so that's a miss. And that is my activation. Over to you. All right, Troy, over to you. What are we doing next?
All right, so I'm activating this portion of the squadron first.
Yeah.
They're doing a coordinated strike against your warlord, which
Yep.
It won't matter right now, but it'll be a +1 to the armor rolls later if I'm able to get.
If you pull down the shields, yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna start with the Vulcan Mega Bolter. I'm rolling 3s.
6 shots.
6 shots on 3s.
Yes.
I've got 2 rapids.
Yep, and
So
that covers your 2 misses, I
That
think.
covers my 2 misses, so that'll be
All right.
6 shield saves.
All right, I'm going to go voids to full for 1 heat. So re-rolling 1s here. So 6 shots. Thank goodness for re-rolling 1s. Okay, so that is 1 heat and 1 void shield down. All right, Troy, what's next?
All right, so the next thing is Princeps Senora shooting turbo lasers is shield bane, so
Yep.
I get it off
For free?
for free. So you're -1 to save, both hit. So 2 shield saves.
Okay. Okay, so that's 2 shield bane hits, so saving on 4s. Saved them both. Look at that. Right on. So we're also measuring the flamer and the demonic bile on those guys, so they're out of range, unfortunately. So just so that you know that we tried it, but we didn't no able to hit there. All right, on to the Ursus Claws, Troy. What are we doing?
All right, so we're just gonna run through
Yeah.
each of the Ursus Claws. We've already validated range; they're all within 12 inches, which
Yeah.
is the range.
100%.
So we're gonna roll to see the first one that hits. Does not
it's
hit.
a miss, unfortunately.
That one hits.
That's a hit.
And then that
Yeah.
also hits.
2 hits.
So 2 hits. 1 doesn't. Luckily, that 1 doesn't actually affect at this time.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll a d6. We're going to add that to the value of 4, which is the strength, and then it'll be +1 for the additional
Right.
there. So hopefully.
So D6 plus 5, essentially, right?
D6 plus 5, yes. So hopefully, here's the hope. And
So you need a 6 to do anything here,
I need
right?
a 6 to do damage. I
Right.
need above a 1 to make you turn.
Right. No damage, but you do make me turn. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right?
1, 2, 3. So you're gonna move 90 degrees to the right.
90 degrees to the right. Okay. All right, Troy, you've got 2 more Warhounds to do something with.
Yeah, so I got both of them that are over here. We're gonna start with the Mega Bolter into your Princeps and yours.
Into the Reaver,
Into
right?
the Reaver.
Okay.
I want to try and strip those shields.
Yes. Okay. So hitting on.
We're gonna hit on 3s.
Yes. All right. Hitting on 3s.
1,
3
2,
hits.
3, 4.
4 hits because of the rapid, right?
Yeah, so I got 4 hits on that.
Okay. I'm gonna go voids to full. For 1 heat. And so how many of those? 4, right?
4.
4. Okay. 3s re-rolling 1s. Looks like it just go down 1 shield. Okay, so that's 1 heat and 1 shield on him.
All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the flamer into the Inferno Cannon to the side. So that's 3 strength 7. So you just take 3 shield saves. It's auto hits.
3 shield saves, that's right. So I'm going to go voids to full again. Oh, for 2 heat, that's not good. So 3s, re-rolling 1s. Boop. Okay, saves them all, but got 2 heat. All right, what's next?
Definitely hit you with demonic bile.
Heck yeah, you do.
So that's gonna be D3.
D3, strength 5 hits, I think it was, right?
Okay, so we're gonna find out.
So 2.
Strength 5 hits.
All right, so I'm pretty warm at this point, so I'm going to forego the voids to full. So I'm saving now on 3 still. Oh, I make them. Whew. All right, Troy, what's next?
All right, so I'm going to roll do Ursus Claws.
Okay.
We're going to shoot into your side.
Mm-hmm.
So see if we can roll. I just need a 3-up to hit with the first one.
Oh no, missed. Oh my god. Oh
Hey,
no.
guys. All right.
So no hits.
No hits.
All right. Good. All right, next up for me, this Reaver unfortunately doesn't have line of sight with any of his forward arc, but he's got that 360 arc on his Carapace APOC missile launcher. So I'm going to target this Reaver, or this Warhound, excuse me. You've got Immaterium Shield because your voids are up, right? So I'm hitting you on 4s with 5 dice. So that would be 1 Void Shield save for you. All right, so 1 Void Shield save.
On 3s.
On a 3. You're fine.
The next thing we're going to be doing is my twin Porphyrions are going to be going after your Princeps Senores.
Yep.
There happens to be a warlord in the way. We don't want to.
There really is.
I really don't want to damage the pain of the warlords. So
Yeah.
we're just going to go straight for the Princeps Senores.
Fair enough.
Everything is going to be on 6s.
Correct.
Going forward. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try the missile launcher. So it'll be 12 dice, 6s and ups.
Yep.
Or six,
Obviously. 6s hit.
6s hit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to dump my bucket o' dice.
Bucket 6s. Here we go. I see at least 1.
1 6.
Okay. So 1 6. I'm going to roll my shield save there. All right. So 1 void shield save on my Princeps Senores. He's still on a 3-up. He saves it. Okay. So you're going to fire your magma las cannons now. So there's going to be 8 of them. We're going to come back since we're going to have to roll 8 scatters potentially. So we'll come back with a recap on the number of hits. Okay. After all things are said and done, the Porphyrion shot over here, hitting on 6s. On my Princeps Senores. So all said and done, there ended up being 4 Void Shield saves that I need to do here, and 3 Void Shield saves I need to do here. So that's what I'm going to do. So for the Princeps Senores, I am not going to power to voids, so just 3-ups. So 1 shield goes down on him, and then for my Warlord, I need 3 rolls there. He's also on 3s. Just going to take those. He makes them all. So no Void Shield damage to my Warlord. I take 1 Void Shield on my Princeps Senores. All right, next up, I am going to activate my Warlord. I'm going to shoot the Volkite into that Warhound, and I'm going to do the beam trait, so I'm going to do automatic hits and see how much heat I get for that. 1 heat. So that is 5 Void Shield saves. You're going to go power to voids?
Power to voids.
Voids to full. Oh, Machine Spirit. Yikes. All right, so you are super corrupted, so you're going to need, what, 7 or higher to avoid awakening the entity?
Yes.
Here we go, D10. Ooh, no, sir. Okay, so you do take a heat. You failed your command check. Now we got to roll on the Awaken Entity table. Okay, Awaken Entity, D6. 5.
Destructive. Choose one of the Titan's weapons at random.
Mm-hmm.
If it's been disabled, the weapon is repaired. Otherwise, it attacks the chosen weapon, targeting the nearest visible unit, friend or foe, that can be fired at using ballistic skill. Weapon skill 4.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep, here we go. Okay, so you fire your Vulcan Mega Bolter at the closest enemy, which I'm going to guess is the Warlord. All right. All right, Vulcan Mega Bolter, 6 shots. Hitting on what, 3s?
4s.
4s. Oh, that's right, because of the Awaken Entity thing. Yep. 2 at least. No, 3, 4, right?
4.
No, 3, because that's double.
Rapid.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. I can't count. That's 4 hits.
4 hits.
Yep. Okay. Okay, 4 hits on my Warlord, saving on 3s. 1 goes through. Okay, after all that was said and done, now we resolve the 5 hits from the Volkite Destructor on that Warhound. So 5 shield saves.
1 goes down.
1 goes down. All right. All right, next up and last for him, because the Vulcan Mega Bolter Carapace Array is too close to shoot, I am going to be firing my Plasma Sunfury Annihilator at that Warhound with Immaterium Shield. You're saving on 4s now, but it's still -1, so hitting on 4s. That's 2 hits. 2 hits to your void shields. You're fine. Okay, next up I'm going to activate, my last activation is the Princeps Senioris. He's about 14 inches away from that Warhound, so I'm going to fire his laser blaster first on Shield Bane. So see what we get here for free. So Shield Bane shots, that's 3 dice. I'm hitting you on 4s because of Immaterial Shield. So that's 1 hit at Shield Bane against your shields.
Alright, so just 1 save.
Yep, 1 save.
4 up. 4 up.
Oh, a shield goes down.
Alright.
Okay, next weapon is going to be the APOC missile launcher. He's going to fire at the same squadron. Hitting on 4s again. So that is 2 entire hits. So are you still? I think you're still up on. Are you on 4
I'm on 4-ups now.
Gotcha. Okay. 4 up.
1 save, 1 drop.
1 save, 1 drop. Okay. Last up, Volcano Cannon. This Warhound is now unshielded. We're going to roll to see if we can hit him. So no more shields on him. 3 up to hit. That's 2 hits on him with a Volcano Cannon. All right. Strength 10 against that lead Warhound. Against the body. So that's 2 14s unless you've got any other damage on your body there. Okay, so given that that Warhound had some damage on him already, he's got the extra armor from Audax, so it ended up being 2 15s. So that put you on 2 criticals. That put you at the end of your track and the end of your crit track. So any old love tap on him in the future will do. So that's him, at least in the body. All right, I think that's it, right? That is the end of the combat phase. We're going to come back with a end phase recap. Okay, end phase, turn 2. We have some critical damage on this Warhound, but it's nothing that we need to roll for. So Troy, talk us a little bit about what's going on with him.
So we just have a reactor leaks ×2, so I moved the track up.
Yep.
And then I've got a void shield generator burnout, so until I can get that repaired, that Warhound can't raise his shields.
Right, okay.
So we'll see what happens with him.
Okay, great. All right, and I didn't have any critical damage on any of my folks, so that is it for the end phase. We're going to move into top of turn 3, first player roll-off. All right, top of turn 3, let's see what we get. Strong 10, I will be first player. All right. Okay, strats and orders. I have no strats that I want to play. Troy, do you have any strats that you want to play?
No strats.
No strats for you. Okay, on to orders. So I'm going to start with my Warlord, and I'm going to try to do first fire, command check on a 3. Got it with a 6. Okay, Troy, any orders you want to do?
No orders.
Okay. I'm going to try to do first fire on this Reaver as well, so I need to do that on a 4. I do not get it, so no first fire for him and no more orders for me for the rest of the turn. All right, that was strats and orders. We're going to go into movement phase. All right, turn 3, movement phase. I have first fire orders on that Warlord. I am going to attack with my Volkite Destructor, and I'm going to target that Warhound. I'm going to use the Beam trait, so I automatically hit. So we're going to do 5 hits and see how much that costs me in terms of heat. So 1 heat. All right, 5 Void Shield saves.
4 ups.
4 up. Ooh, 2 shields down.
3 shields down.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. 3 shields down. Okay, so I take a heat and you take 3 shields. Okay, turn 3, movement phase. I did a first fire already on that Warhound. We already kind of took care of that. So I took my Reaver here, moved him up, and turned him 3 times. I pushed for power to stabilizers. That pushed him. I did power to locomotors to go farther and power to stabilizers to turn 3 turns. That's got him up into the red, so that's not great. He did first fire, so he is just sitting there. He just backed off a little bit and turned a little bit towards his foes. And he moved up a little bit just to kind of close the distance a little bit for those guys. Troy, basically you moved all your Warhounds up, obviously, into this little soiree here, and then you moved your Porphyrions here?
Yep.
Pretty much standard stuff, right? Okay. All right, so that's the end of the movement phase. We're going to go into damage control. All right, damage control phase, turn 3. We've actually got some hot titans that we need to deal with before we roll our servitor clades. So, Troy, you've got some hot dogs here. What are we doing?
That's nice. So I got this one, the one that took volcano cannon damage in the last turn.
Yeah.
Has some body damage and is in the orange. So is this one, the other Warhound that's there. So we're gonna roll for this first to see what on the reactor overload table.
Yeah, rolling a d6 because he's orange. Cocked. Let's roll that guy again. A 1. All right, what does that mean?
That is going to take a strength 9 hit to the body, bypassing Void Shield.
All right, so 1 strength 9 hit to the body.
1 ones.
2.
So that's an 11, 12, 13. He actually ceases to exist.
Oh no, is that engine kill?
That is an engine kill.
Oh my god, engine kill. Okay, so catastrophic damage table. Which warlord? Which was that? This Warhound?
Warhound with the Inferno Cannon.
Yeah, okay, D10. See what happens. A 9. Oh, is that a mag det?
Magazine detonation.
Oh boy. Okay, kablooey. What do we do?
Roll a D3 and add the Titan scale. Each model with that many inches the Titan before it removes suffers D3 hits using the highest strength from among the Titan's weapons.
So that's going to be like everybody, but roll your D6. Roll a 6. Do it. Yes. D6.
So 9 inches.
Within 9 inches, everybody within 9 inches takes D3 strength what hits?
7, because it's the Inferno Cannon.
Yes. Okay, so everybody within 9 inches of his center, which I'm guessing is everybody.
Yes.
It's all of the Titans. Okay, so we're going to see how many hits we have per Titan. Okay, so we've resolved the magazine detonation. This guy is dead. Did some damage to the legs on one of these two guys. Rolled 1s on him, so no damage there. He lost a void shield, and then there was a little bit of damage over here, but basically nothing major there. He explodes, and then a little bit of damage and void shield damage, and then that's all she wrote.
Engine kill.
Right, so this Titan is also in the orange. We need to roll a d6 for him. A 1. What does that mean?
Strength 9 hit to the body, bypassing void shields.
Okay, strength 9 to the body. 10, 11. So whatever that is.
That's this guy. Right, yeah. So 10, 11. That's a direct hit.
All right, 1 direct hit to him. All right, you have 1 more orange Titan. Let's deal with that one. You rolled a 2.
Strength 9 hit to the body.
Strength 9 hit.
10, 11,
So 12 to the body on him.
That's fine.
That's what, a direct or devastating? All right, devastating hit on him. All right, getting a little bit of damage here. So I actually have that Reaver is in the red. I'm going to need to deal with that. Okay, that Reaver right there is in the red. So I'm going to roll a d10. Let's see what happens. A 10! Catastrophic meltdown. Okay, catastrophic meltdown. That means I roll a d3 and add it to the number of holes that Titan has on its reactor track. So it's going to be 6 plus d3. 6 plus 1, so that's 7 inches. So everything within 7 inches suffers a d6 hit, bypassing void shields with strength 9. Okay, so d6 hits against the Porphyrions. It's going to be 5 hits at strength 9. Okay, so that's 5 strength 9 hits, so I need to roll 5d6 to see what kind of damage we're talking about. Okay, so not particularly great. So I'm assuming, so that's 9, 10, 11.
Well, these are
9, 10, those are nothings. So that's 11, 11, and 13.
which is going to be...
I think that's a couple of...
3 direct hits.
Yeah, it's 3 direct hits, exactly. Okay, so that's just 3 pips of damage against them, and then this Reaver is dead.
Engine kill.
All right, my Warlord is also in the orange because he's been doing a lot of Volkite and shield pushing, so let's see what happens to him. I rolled a 1. What does that mean?
He suffers a strength 9 hit to the body, bypassing void shields.
All right, strength 9 to the body. Another 1. So I'm assuming that means nothing?
Superficial damage.
All right, nothing there. Okay, so he's hot, but doing okay. Turn 3, damage control phase. So I vented plasma on my Warlord. He's back down to green. He's got 1 pip of heat, but he's got one heat, but a little bit cooler now. My Princeps Senioris, I was able to raise 2 shields, so he's back up on 3 ups. I was able to reduce his heat as well. So, Troy, what do you got going on? Did you get any repairs?
I managed to raise the void shields of the Warhound on the far end.
Yep, you got that guy.
I managed to vent plasma on the other Mega Bolt or Warhound.
Gotcha. So got a little bit of cooler there. All right, so that is the recap of damage control. We're going to go into the combat phase, turn 3. All right, combat phase, turn 3, first activation. I'm going to activate my Warlord. This this Warhound is in arc. So I am going to take my Volkite Destructor, and I'm going to do the beam trait. I'm going to roll my reactor die. Machine Spirit! Okay, I need to do a command check. 3 up. All right, he's good. So we get the heat. So I get 1 heat, but I still follow through on the attack. So that's okay. So actually, this Warhound is unshielded. So that means it's going to be 3 automatic hits, and I can target for free to the body. So I'm going to do strength 7 hits to the body because it is normally strength 6 plus 2 because there's already damage to the body location, minus 1 because of Audax. So it's basically strength 7, so 3 hits. Lots of 3s, so 3 strength 10s to the body. All right, it is now down to the Sun Fury Plasma Annihilator. The Vulcan Mega Bolters are clearly too close for Carapace. So I'm hitting on 3s, and I'm going maximal fire. So that is 2 hits and 1 heat. So 2 hits, strength 10 to location body. So those 2 hits to the body, I believe those were critical. So that's actually going to be engine kill on him. So let's roll that D6.
10.
D10. Here we go. A 10. Amazing. Folks, yes, all of the Titans. All right. Catastrophic Meltdown, scale 6, right? A Warhound is 6.
Yes, so
you roll a D6.
11 inches.
So 11 inches. So everything within 11 inches is going to take some nastiness. So what happens here?
All right. After that point, it'll be D6 hits, D6 strength 7 hits.
To everything within 11 inches, which is basically...
Bypassing void shields, yes.
All bypassing void shields, all of the hits, all the time. Okay, so we're going to come back with a damage recap on that one. This Warhound is exploded with a catastrophic meltdown. We'll come back with a recap. All right, so D6, strength 7 hits to basically everything in this area. So let's start here. D6, 4 hits. Okay, so 4 hits for him. This guy, 2 hits for him. No void shields on any of this, folks. All right, let's go with this guy. 1 hit for him. All right, him. 6 hits. Oh my god. Brutal. Okay, and then I think the only thing left is my Warlord. And 6 hits for him. All right, so we've calculated all the hits. We're going to come back with a damage recap. All right, Troy, that Warhound exploded with a catastrophic meltdown and did damage to everybody within 11 inches. Let's talk about the damage that your guys suffered here.
All right, so didn't really suffer that much damage on this one.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I'm going to take that back. He's now critical on the body.
Oh, boy.
Yes. And then we can talk about this Warhound didn't suffer that much damage.
Yeah.
However, my Princeps Senioris got clocked.
Yeah, in the head, right?
Yeah, is now critical damage in the head.
Yeah, he got rocked pretty hard. My Reaver Princeps Senioris took a couple of direct hits to the body, and then my Warlord just basically took 1 hit to the leg, 1 direct hit to the leg, even after the 6 hits. Troll rolled maybe not so great. Okay, so that's the result of all that damage. So that Warlord is done with his activation. Engine kill. We've resolved all the damage, so that was the Warlord's activation.
Engine kill.
All right, the Warlord Audax defense array. Every unit within 6 inches of the front or back arc suffers D3 strength 5 hits. Strength 5 hits, excuse me. So let's start here. D3, 1 hit against him. Here, D3, 2 hits there. All right, so strength 5 against that Titan. Now, I don't know if that's side arc. Do we count that there?
I mean, it's shielded. It's shielded.
Oh,
well, it's in 2 inches, so yeah, you will.
Okay, yep. So strength 5,
6.
6. So
D5
plus a location dice. So
it'll be strength 5 plus a location dice.
Well, it's by default strength 5.
But I also +1 for the side arc.
Because
and
the
then-
the Audax thing. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so strength 5 to the 8 to the leg. I don't think that does anything, does it?
Nope.
Okay, so strength 5 to leg, nothing there. So then 2 hits to this guy. Actually, that would probably be within Void Shield range, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that means you take 2 Void Shield saves there.
2 void shields. Okay. All right. So hang on. There are 4s.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're fine.
Save both of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Like against the Audax.
Yay. Over to you. What's going on?
All right, so
You want to kill that Princeps?
I really, really do. It's the whole. It's what the Ember Wolves' whole purpose is today.
Yes.
Right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do. I'm gonna do the Inferno Cannon first to your Princeps Senioris' Titan. I bypass Void Shields because it's within 2 inches of you, so it's gonna be 3 Strength 7 hits to the body.
Okay.
So we're looking at a 10, 12, and then superficial damage to the body.
Okay, so that was 2 direct hits to the Princeps Senioris' body. All right, what's next?
All right, so we're gonna do D3 Strength 5 hits using Demonic Bile for my Corrupted Titan to the body.
Yeah.
So let's see how many. Please give me a good no.
2. Yeah, not the worst.
2 Strength 5 hits
To
wherever.
Right.
To the weapon.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right. So that's going to be the laser blaster. So what's the total on that?
It's a Strength 10 and a Strength 8.
Okay, let me take a look at that. Okay, so that attack disabled the laser blaster on that Reaver Princeps Senioris. All right, what's next?
All right, so the last thing I'm going to do with that particular Titan before we move on to the other ones, outside of the Ursus Claw, is I'm going to do a smash attack because I'm close enough.
Yep. Okay, so now you're doing a smash attack, right?
Yep.
What do we got? D3 hits?
D3 Strength 7 hits and 4 up, targeting the legs.
Okay, do it.
So it's 3 hits.
Okay, 3 hits.
4 ups. One hit.
1 hit. Okay. And then roll damage on that. So it's strength what?
7.
7. Okay, here we go.
Yes. 13.
All right. That was that one Warhound. Now the 2 closest to the right in front of him. They're going to try to strip some shields, I guess, right?
Yes.
All right, here we go. So you are Mega Bolter, so Vulcan Mega Bolter, right?
Yep.
All right, here we go. 6 shots.
And on 3.
3s. Looks
2, 3,
looks
4,
like 6
5,
hits.
6 hits.
Yep, 6 hits. Okay. Okay, saving those 6 hits on 3s. I'm not going to push voids. So that's 2 voids down, it looks like. Okay. So he's saving on 4-ups. Last shield. Okay, so now you're going to do the Warhound with the laser blaster? Shield Bane?
Yes, and then after that it'll be Demonic Bile. And
Right.
then we're going to do all
Then they do the Ursus Claw. Okay. Great.
I need to push the reactor on him.
For the Shield Bane, yep. Okay, so Shield Bane, push reactor. Right on.
For free.
For free, okay.
The price everybody likes.
That's right.
All right, so 3s.
1 hit, it looks like.
1 hit.
Okay, so a saving on a 5-up now,
Yep.
given that I've on 4. So 5 up. Nope. Shields are down.
Shields are down. Awesome.
All right, Troy, what's next?
D3 Strength 5 hits from the Demonic Bile.
Okay.
Which let's just check.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yep, it hits. D3, strength 5.
All right, so
3 hits.
3 hits
Mm-hmm.
to the. Please be the legs. Body. Okay, so nothing. There's not enough. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough.
No, there's nothing.
Okay.
It was
All
worth
right,
a shot.
worth a shot. Worth a shot. All right. All right, now the Ursus Claws. Rolling to hit.
Rolling the hits.
Okay, for this guy.
Yep, need 3s.
Unfortunately missed. All right, this guy.
Hits.
That's a hit. And then this guy. Oh, 1 hit. Okay, well, 1 hit's better than 0.
Sure.
Yeah, all right. Okay. All right, so 1 hit.
All right, so D6 plus 4.
And you need to roll location, or it's always legs, right?
It's going to be the legs if I can get above. So I need a 3, or I need a 5 at a minimum to
Okay.
be able to do damage to
Okay,
you.
got it.
Oh, that went off the table. I don't know why I did that.
All right, need a 5.
I did not.
And is that if you roll a 1, is that when bad things happen to you?
Yes.
Oh boy. All right. Well, let's see what happens there. Okay, so since you rolled a 1 with your Princeps Senioris on the Ursus Claw damage roll, what happens there?
So the Princeps Senioris immediately suffers a strength 7, or correction, a devastating hit to the legs.
Got it.
And basically as if they were pulled, and
Right.
they were trying to strain against it and they failed.
Right.
And then they're going to suffer a strength 7 hit against the impale weapon that successfully did it.
Okay, so we need to roll for that to see if it actually disables it, right?
Yes. 'Cause
Okay.
It disables on a. Oh no. Disables on a 9.
All right, disables on a 9, so you need to roll a...
Yeah,
I think it's
disabled.
fine. Wait, no, it was strength 7. Strength 7 you said. I'm sorry. I thought you said it was strength 5.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so its Ursus Claw is sadly disabled. Permanently. All right. Is there anything else going on here? All done? All done. All right. I think that means over to me. Okay, next up for me, it's really close quarters fighting here. I don't love it, but we're going to have to activate this guy. My Carapace weapon is too close. The laser blaster is disabled, so I'm just going to shoot that volcano cannon right into that Warhound's face. So I need a 3 to hit, and it's draining, so let's see if we hit. It's free and it hits, so that's 2 hits to the... All right, 2 strength 10 hits to the legs, so 1 is nothing. So that's a 14 to the legs unless you've got other damage. So devastating hit to the legs on that guy. I think he's got 1 more pip on his legs on the regular track. Is that true? Okay. So that actually, that was probably about the best I could hope for there. And that's him. So Troy, over to you and the crew Porphyrion, I think, right?
Yes.
All right. All right, so over to your Porphyrions, last but not least, right? I'm assuming you're going after my Princeps?
I am going after your Princeps.
Okay, so the Ironstorm missile pods, I'm assuming, are...
They're too low of strength right now for me to start off with, and you don't have shields. I will use them hopefully on something.
Yeah, if it makes sense too, right?
But
so we're gonna do we're gonna basically do your Magna las cannons, right? And we'll do a little bit of a damage recap once we do all the rolls.
I want to drop plates on this thing.
Yeah, right on. Okay, we'll be back with a recap. Okay, so we shot all the shots and scattered all the scatters, so he needed to hit on 6s because of all the intervening models and terrain and all that good stuff. So long story short, with all the scatters and the 3 direct hits, he's got 3 sets of 2 hits that we have to roll against the location on. So, okay, the first set of 2 hits against what? All right, here we go. Weapon and a 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that is disabled. So the volcano cannon is now disabled. All right, so that was the first set of 2. Second set of 2. What are we hitting? Leg and a superficial and a 2.
10.
So a 10 on the leg at this point. That's going to be a...
Direct hit.
Direct hit, yep, so 1 direct hit. And so the last set of 2 hits. Here we go. Oh, weapon.
Body.
Oh, body, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right, that's body. So 1 is nothing, and a 10 on the body is... That is another direct hit. So he is on the next to last pip on his body. Okay, so he's pretty banged up, but he's still in the game. No critical damage on him yet. Although he does have both of his arms knocked out. So now you've got some rockets that you want to shoot, right? Mm-hmm. And you're hitting on...
Oh, we're hitting on 6s.
6s, yeah. Let's do that.
And they're strength 4s, so I need 6s to do things.
Yeah, so 6s are super fun here. So
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. You can't hurt to try.
Yeah.
All right. I see a couple 6s.
2 of them hit.
All right, 2 hits. So strength 4. Now we got to roll location with those.
So strength 4. I need 6s. Hopefully better. On the body.
And the body. So you got 1 6. I see 1 6 there. So that's a 10, right?
Yes, that would be a 10. How much extra.
11, 12. So that's still a direct hit. That puts him at the end of the track.
Because that would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's one direct hit on the body, and he's at the end of his regular track for that. So not bad. That's actually pretty darn good.
Could have been so much worse.
It could have been. All right. So I think that is everybody's shooting, right?
That is yes.
Or all the combat, I should say.
Has
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. This guy has not gone yet. Trying not to cheat myself out of a Titan. So we're going to come back with this guy's shooting. All right. Last up for me, I'm going to activate this Reaver. He is going to take his Carapace Vulcan Mega Bolter, and he's going to shoot that guy. He's within 14 inches. So -1 to hit because of your Void Shield, Immaterium Shield, excuse me. So 4 is to hit. So that's 2 hits there. So 3, 4. So that's a miss. That is a hit. So that is 5 hits total. I can count. Look at me. All right, 5s on 4s. Lost 2, 3 shields.
all void shields dropped on both.
Oh boy. Okay, voids are down. All right, next up, I'm going to take my Gatling Blaster and fire into the rear arc of this guy. No more Immaterium Shield, so hitting on 3s. A couple misses there, but a couple of hits. That was not a hit. So that is 4 hits. So it is normally strength 6. I'm in the rear arc, so that's +2. So that's 4 hits, and I need a location. All right, so 4 hits. Let's see where we hit you. I hit you in the body. 1 is superficial. So that's +2. So it's 6, 7, 8 base. So 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, and a 14.
11, 12, and 13.
Because of the Audax, right? 11, 12, and 13. Okay, let's take a look at what that does. Okay, so last up for him, melt a cannon into this Warhound. He hits on 3s. That's a miss. We're going to roll scatter. Scatter.
It would be perfect if it just scattered right here, or better yet, just somehow right here.
Yeah, that would be amazing. So I always, unless I say, I just assume it's over the middle. All right, so scatter 3 inches back. Might still clip him. The middle.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. We just know where the middle is. So he was there. That's going to be a 1 clip. Yep, 1 clip.
Yep.
All right, so 1 hit with the melta cannon. All right, and it's not within fusion range, so it's just going to be a D6. But it's +2 because of rear arc. So that is D6 plus 13 effectively. Hits you in the head. 13, 14, 15, -1 because of Audax, so that's a 14 to the head.
Okay.
Okay, so since Legio Praesagius as pinpoint accuracy Legio trait, I don't like that head roll. I'm at long range, so I'm going to re-roll that. Better. Okay, so that is a 11, 12, 13 because of rear, 14, 15, 14 to the leg. Okay, so I think that ended up, Troy, that was a critical to the leg?
That was a critical to the leg, yes.
Yeah, it ended up being a 16 because there's already some damage to the leg. Okay, so that is all of my shooting for turn 3. We're going to go into end phase. All right, Troy, we're in the end phase. You've got some critically damaged Titans. Let's walk through it. So this guy, anything going on with him?
Yes, so he has a reactor leak and then his stabilizers are damaged, which is the big thing I'm going to have to roll for.
Okay, so we'll roll stabilizers damaged for him in a second. How about him?
He just had a reactor leak.
Okay, so you pumped up the heat on him. And then how about him?
Correction, he had the reactor leak. He just has MIU feedback, so his command checks are affected.
Okay, so his heat went up. We need to roll for this guy for some nastiness, I'm assuming.
Yes, I'm going to roll a d6. On a 1 and 3, it turns 45 to the left. On a 4 through 6, it turns 45
stabilizer's
to the right.
damaged, right?
Yep, so 6, it turns 45 to the right.
45 to the right, okay. Whoop. There you go. All right, I think that's it for end phase. I don't have any critical damage on anything that I have left. So that is it for turn 3. Turn 3 is in the books. We're going to go into the top of turn 4. All right, top of turn 4, I'm actually going to enact my Princeps Senioris trait, Dominant Strategist. I'm going to be first player this turn. So we're going to go into Strats and Orders, turn 4. All right, turn 4, Strats and Orders. I am going to do an emergency repairs on my Warlord, or my, on my Princeps Senioris. Sees a Reaver normally on 4, but since he's the Princeps Senioris, it's a 2. He's got it, thank goodness. So emergency repairs on him. All right. Troy, do you have any... I don't have any strats. Do you have any strats?
I don't have any strats.
Do you have any orders?
Yes.
All right. What do you got?
I will be putting in charge orders on all of my warhounds.
Okay, fantastic.
So...
do you do them one at a time?
Yes.
All right.
One at a time. So the Princeps Senioris...
5 normally. Your Super Corrupted puts you at 7, and then Princeps Senioris puts you back at 5. On a 5. You're good. So he's got charge orders on him. Okay. So then it's 7 for your other fellers. Failed on that one. So okay. All right. Next up, I'm going to try to get first fire on that guy on a 4. Got it. So he's got a first fire order on him. All right. So we've got emergency repairs, charge, first fire. I'm not going to do any other orders. How about you, Troy? You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. No more orders. We're going to go into movement phase, turn 4. All right. Movement phase. I'm actually going to activate this Titan first. I'm going to resolve the first fire. So he's going to take his Melta-Cannon and he's going to shoot this Warhound. So I need 3s to hit. That would be 2 hits. So that is still long range, so I don't get the bonus on the damage. So that is going to be long range. I'm try to hit him either in the legs or the body.
Which warhound?
This one right here.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so Melta-Cannon. I'm going to re-roll that weapon because he's at long range. Oh, I still get the weapon, so something gets blown up. All right, so it is strength 11, 12, 13 because of rear, 16 minus 1 because of Audax, so that's a 15 and a 16 to a weapon, which I'm assuming is blows 1 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be your Vulcan Mega Bolter.
Okay. So we're going to start with the Princeps Senioris, who managed to get off a charge order.
Yep.
I'm going to be able to add 1 to the dice value because of I'm moving 3 inches or more. So he's charging straight forward.
All right.
I will be making a smash attack momentarily.
Yep. All right. Fantastic.
All right, so I'm doing a smash attack with my Princeps Senioris versus theirs. It's going to be targeting the body. It's going to be D3 plus 1.
Okay.
Strength 7 hits. So D3.
1.
So 2.
2 total. Yep.
So I get 2 strength 7 hits to the body.
To the body.
7, 10.
10s.
Plus.
Okay, so that is 2 devastating hits because there's actually plus 3 damage to the body already. So that's going to put 4 criticals on his critical track. So that is going to be engine kill. All right, so engine kill here. So I need to roll a d10 to see what happens on the catastrophic damage table. That's a 9. I think that's a magdet.
Yeah, unfortunately it's a magnet.
Yeah, so what do we do? I think it's a d6 plus the holes in the reactor.
No, you're thinking catastrophic meltdown. Magdet is D3 and add Titan's scale.
Oh, right. Okay, D3. That's going to be 1, so that's going to be 9.
So everything within 9 inches is going to suffer D3 hits using your highest strength from among your weapons.
Okay, the volcano cannon, yes. Okay, so for my Warlord, I've got 2 3-up saves on the Void Shields. He's absolutely fine. All right, so now let's go through the Warhounds in order. So this guy takes 3 strength 10 hits, right? My strongest weapon is a volcano cannon.
Even if it's disabled.
Yep, strength 10. Okay, so it takes 3 strength 10 hits, and I'm assuming I have to roll location. Body, here we go. All right, so 3 strength 10 hits. So that's going to be a leg. Any damage on that yet?
Yes, he's a +3.
Okay,
critical.
So +3, so it's going to be essentially +2 because of your Audax stuff. So 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, so that's a 15. So
gone.
don't even need to worry about it. So that's going to be an engine kill, so I'm going to mark that like this. We're going to remember that. So even in death, they serve. Okay, so this guy, 3 strength 10 hits against location. Against the legs. So 1 is superficial, so I'm just going to remove that.
It's a +1.
Okay, so it is 16,
So 15.
17s because of
2 16s.
yes, 2 16s total on the legs.
Which are going to be 2 critical hits.
Okay, 2 critical hits on his legs. Okay, and your last guy, that's going to be 2 hits. That's going to be body, so that's 2 12s on your body.
Okay. So he's gone.
All right, so that is an engine kill on my Princeps Senioris. Given fluid command structure, I am going to select the new Princeps Senioris, which is going to be this Reaver Titan. So this guy is dead, taking him off the table. Now we're going to resolve the 2 engine kills with the other Warhounds that got blown up by my blow-up. All right, so which one do you want to do first here, Troy? Does it matter?
Start with that one.
Him? Okay, so engine kill, so we need to roll a d10.
4.
It's a 4. Is he red or anything that would modify that?
No. He's
Okay.
laid low.
Laid low.
D6 random direction, falls as described. So
Okay, so scatter dice. He kind of falls forward-ish.
5 inches.
Does he fall into his friend?
in a random direction? I mean, he technically might.
Yeah. I think if your base crosses the path, it is considered a collision.
Okay.
So we assume he falls over. We'll deal with a collision here in a moment. There will be, let's put a dice here for collision. All right, so he just falls over and he's laid low, right?
Yeah.
All right, now for this guy, what happens? A 2.
Also laid low.
Okay, so we're going to scatter him.
3 inches that way.
So he's going to fall into nothing. Okay, so he is dead. Now we've got to resolve a collision against this guy.
Okay.
All right, now given that that Titan fell over and laid low, we're colliding into this, so it's D6 strength 6 hits. So that's 3 strength 6 hits. 3 strength 6 hits. I can speak. All right, 3 strength 6 hits. Let's see what happens. In the legs. Let's see if that's interesting.
9, 9.
So 9, 9, 10. Any damage on the legs already?
2.
Okay, so that's a 11, 11, 12.
So direct hit. Oh my gosh. Direct hit, and then he's.
Is that an engine kill?
That's another engine kill.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my lord. Well, my Princeps Senioris, I suppose, did his job in death. So now we roll a d10 for that fella. A 2. I think that's a laid low.
It is also a laid
All right,
low.
let's see if he falls into my warlord. No,
Nope.
I don't think so. I think he just falls over.
He just falls over.
Oh my goodness. Who knew that just, killing all the warhounds just took me to kill my own Reaver? So that's another engine kill.
Engine kill.
All right, that is turn 4 in the books. We're going to go into end phase. All of the warhounds are gone. I don't have any critical damage on my stuff. You just have your Porphyrions left, right?
Yes.
So there's really no end phase to do. So now we are basically at the top of turn 5. And let's see if the game continues. All right, so per standard mission rules, which we're using, I'm going to roll a d10, and if we roll a 9 or a 10, the game is over. I rolled a 10. The game is over. Wow, what a game. Holy crap. We are going to come back. How much death and destruction can you imagine? Okay, so we're going to come back and tally the victory points and see what the result is. All right, so the board state at the end of the game, here's where we sit. So Troy, you had your Porphyrions within 4 inches of that objective. So you gained 5 points per the mission. I had this Reaver within 4 inches of that objective. So I get 5 points for that. Nobody was next to this one, and nobody was next to that one. So there's no points scored there. So right now we're at 5 and 5. You killed my Princeps Senioris. So you get 5 points for cut off the head. My Warlord is within distance of that objective, strategic objective for secure ground. So that gives me 10 victory points. So at the end of the day, It looks like we've got Legio Audax with 10 points and Legio Presagius with 15. All right, so that is actually, shockingly enough, that is a victory for the Loyalists in this game. I have no idea how that happened, but that was a great game. We are going to come back with a little post-game report. Okay, post-game report, Troy. That was, in a word, bonkers. Tell me about the game. What did you think?
I mean, it was the first time I'd had that build of Warhounds like that. I've only ever used the Corrupted Titans one other time, and at that point I used Warp Conduit and Chitinous Carapace, which made them incredibly durable, but slow.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
Which for pack hunters is not exactly the best. So I went with Preternatural Grace, and I added in the Immaterial Shield, which saved me on many occasions.
Oh my goodness, that was so good. I've played other games where it didn't help me, but you did great with that Immaterial Shield. It really changed my gameplay. Sorry, I interrupted you.
You're fine. Well, I mean, the problem is like I was going to get shot at anyway, because I was putting myself as close as you as I could from the get-go. So I might as well just made you shoot me at four instead of 3s.
And the Void Shield saves with just like the sharing of the Void Shields, because you were base to base, like the amount of saves you made was just bananas. Like, I am never going to get through these shields, but
well, that's the benefit of squadroning up. And if I had run the pack together, like fully together, you take Ursus Claws out of it. Sometimes I wish I could, because they're not magnetized. But if you take the Ursus Claws out of it and you make them straight up just standard Warhounds, and I run a Canis pack like that together, like I have 5 Warhounds to spread, like base to base, I have 5 Warhounds to spread whatever to, and I can shoot over each other.
Yeah. I got to tell you what, man, that was a scary, scary game, because with the Canis Light Maniple and Audax combo, you're able to kind of really forward deploy. And you were in my grill literally turn 1. So I was like, oh my God, like the normal thing that I had kind of war gamed in my head, this being my first game with Presagius, like, look, I'm going to keep him at a distance. I'm going to wait till probably turn 2 to pop the precision volley. And it's like, okay, oh my God, he's like already up in my grill. Precision volley. I don't think that it really helped me that much, but like this is the only turn that it's actually going to do any impact. But the first turn when you dragged down that Reaver, with your 3 Warhounds, I thought that was the most epic thing ever. I loved it.
Yeah, it was just a shame it couldn't have been your Princeps Senores.
I know, right?
Like that would have
tried to keep him away from you.
That's fair.
You were going after him with cut off the head, which is the right thing to do.
Well, just bear in mind, if I have my choice when I'm playing Audax, it's always going to be like Beast Hunter, cut off the head, or something to take him down. Like, because I will play them thematically as possible.
Yeah, no, you did a fantastic job. I think you played them thematically, and I think you played them very, very well. I was impressed. With not only your skill, but with the capability of that Maniple and the Legio. My first outing for Presagius, I think I really liked it. I think this is going to be, it's good to see different types of matchups, and so I think this is going to be a pretty non-standard matchup. So it kind of put me on the back heel from the very beginning of the game. But I think through no fault of my own, your Warhound started dying over there in the corner at the end of the game, and things turned out okay, but it was pretty remarkable, like up until turn 3 and going into turn 4, like the dominoes started falling. Because I'll be honest with you, at the end of turn 2, I was looking at my forces. I was like, there's no way I can pull out a victory here. But I think I didn't really quite realize how much like little chipping away at those Warhounds was happening up until that point, and I think they just started falling. Once things started blowing up. I think the thing that turned the tide for me was when I Volkited that one Warhound in the back, and then everything just started popping off with the Magdet, or no, that was the Catastrophic Meltdown. That was pivotal.
Well, so that's not really. I think what's interesting is the last 2 turns would have been completely different had I not. I blew past 2 of your Reavers.
Right.
Like both sets of that squadron on the coordinated strikes on the left and right of the board. I blew past 2 of your Reavers.
You really did.
I ignored them.
And I thought that was the smart moves. Like, like my dice were cold. I wasn't hitting. You had the immaterial shield. Like, you were actually fairly safe.
Well, even the one that did the most damage to me back here that you left behind with that melta cannon and whatnot, it took him 3 turns to be able to turn around and do some damage.
Could not connect with any of those weapons.
But I would have... Because originally my plan was, at that point, when I saw it there, I was like, obviously the 2 now that I've tried in Tier 2, we're not going to be able to pull down your Princeps and yours as much as I want, because everything went to hell.
Right.
And I'd already moved the other 3 over.
Mm-hmm.
If the other 3 had been able to take down your Princeps and yours, they would have still continued to ignore that Reaver and converge on the Warlord.
Yep.
And I am confident that when I get in close and I'm doing smash attacks against a Warlord's legs or body or whatever I could get, I would have taken it down. And my Porphyrions are not bad at Warlord Hunters.
No, I think, and I was really terrified of them when I saw the list, but, you know, they did damage, but they weren't, like, completely awful.
They were there as distraction carnifexes if I could get them, and they were also there to provide fire support from a distance.
Right. And early on, I kind of made the decision, and rightfully or wrongfully, I kind of made the decision, you know what, I'm going to ignore them.
And for the most part, it was the right thing to do. They did minimal damage overall, other than capturing the objective. I am very glad I have. So I usually run Porphyrions with Audax because I don't have
the range.
I don't have any knight support. I don't have any knight defense.
Gotcha.
Because I run what I run here are the traditional Audax weapons, the Mega Bolters, Inferno Canister, Turbo Lasers. I don't run. I don't like running dual things because I think they need to have Ursa's Claws just to feel like Audax.
Right. No, your list was insanely thematic and fluffy, and I loved it.
So I run Porphyrions with them, but I think next time if I run this list, especially against your Presagius, I might throw in some Lancers. Try and throw in some Fast Knights, because they may not have taken that, but if they had taken, they might have been able to take your other Reaver down. Had I had that.
I think it was a great game, and I think, as I'm thinking through it, I think the Corsair Maniple was a really good pick for this Legio and for this matchup. I would say I'm not sure I would take the same Warlord Titan configuration. I'm a big fan of the Volkite on the Warlord. I cannot say enough about it.
I actually think you shouldn't have taken a Warlord with this.
I wonder if I should have taken Knights or something, but it's like he was relatively untouched by the end of the game, but you were so close at the beginning of the game. Like, my Vulcan Mega Bolters were pretty much effectively non-threatening, right? Basically, you eliminated that threat right out of the gate by literally being in my grill turn 1.
Well, I think if you're going to replace him with anything, it should either be like a series of Knights, or if you can get one or have one, a Warbringer.
Yeah, I do have a model kit that I have not put together yet, but that is actually my next Presagius project. That between that and the War Master, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I think with the Porphyrions, I kind of decided to ignore them mostly because I didn't have anything. Like, I didn't have a Bellicosa. Right, if I had a Bellicosa, it might have done something different, but I think in retrospect, I don't think I would have changed anything with my strategy there. I think ignoring them was the right call.
Yeah, I think so too, because there was no way I was going to be able to move them up fast enough. So I was just using them as range support. They're durable enough to be able to survive a lot of what you can throw at them.
Right, and the only damage I did to them was with my Exploding Reaver, so...
Yes, and then...
I did not expect that Reaver to blow up. Like, I rolled a 10, like, this is where I roll a 10? Really? And then just blew up dramatically. It's like, well, that's part of the game, right? Like, that's part of the fun. So
the only thing that I would change for me is I would run my Maniple in 2 separate squadrons instead of 1.
Yeah.
Although the 1 squadron did kind of pay off on its own and allow me to get in a lot of things that you might have prevented me from doing.
Right. I don't know, having it all one big squadron, that kind of basically denies me a lot of attempts to model remove before you get a chance to act. So
especially if I'm able to get first turn,
right,
then I get to do literally everything.
Right,
I can model remove you before you get to act.
And I think that might have actually been the one thing that kept me in this game. Is like I literally won first turn every turn. Had that not been the case, I think we'd be looking at a very different story.
That and 3 more threes instead of ones would have been so much better in the Ursus Claw rolls.
Right. Yeah, the first Ursus Claw attack you did was really like you lived the dream. That was amazing. But the next few ones, you had a couple misses in there, so it probably didn't have the impact that you were looking for.
I think the only other change I would do would be if I'm going to keep the Porphyrions, I'm going to run them as 2 separate Knight banners.
Yeah.
1 single Knight in each banner.
Give you more activations.
It'll give me more activations, allow me to step back and...
But you won't get as many Ion saves, but...
Well, I didn't really do too many Ion saves anyway, and half of the stuff you would be throwing at them, I wouldn't get one unless I have 4 Knights in them.
Yeah, fair enough.
So...
No, but I thought that... What did you think of it? I thought it was a fantastic game. It's like, it was way different than I expected it to be. I don't know why, but I was not expecting them like right up in my face right early on, but now I know. So that's, I learned a little bit there. So I thought that was a fantastic game, and I really appreciate you coming down and playing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that was kind of the whole point of me wanting to play Audax instead of my Furians or my Kratos against your Praesagius, because you are a ranged Legio.
Right. And so that's actually a really good matchup.
Yes, it's very much the Crusade of Iron has the 2 fighting off against each other throughout the entire thing.
Yep.
So this was a really good, not just thematic for the sake of it, but it was also a really good lore-based matchup.
Yeah, which I love, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, good. So what do you think of those Baron of Dice?
I'm actually a big fan of them. I like them about as much, just about the same I like the GW ones.
Yeah.
They're really nice.
They were fire there for a while.
They were fire, but I was hesitant to change them up.
Yeah. You don't want to do that because the dice gods will frown upon you.
Yeah, so they're really good dice.
Good.
I'm gonna have to look into getting some of my own.
Yeah, they're fun. All right. Well, any other thoughts you have on this game?
The deployment zone itself kind of was forced to change the Audax schedule because the way we did our split.
Yep.
I lost a lot of cover.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Because if we had done a traditional side on, there's a lot of buildings.
Yeah.
That
you had to look at a different angle, didn't you?
Yeah, and I lost some cover, and it almost would.
Not that my shooting made it any difference, though.
No, but it almost would have been beneficial for me to actually pull him back to my deployment zone and run from there.
Yep.
But because you don't have a whole lot of line of sights, and
no, it was a thick table.
Yeah, but those are always the best.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was a really good amount of training, particularly with Warhounds. I want to make sure there's enough little hiding places, which there was plenty of times when you were hiding, but then you really kind of went for the jugular and just kind of ran down. So they were out in the open after turn 2.
I played Warhounds the way Warhounds are meant.
That's right.
They're fast attacks, and they're gonna The only reason that they didn't explode on their own thing is because I had Preternatural Grace and got to push the reactor by them.
That's right. Which was a huge help. You were moving very fast, and you didn't really have a whole lot of heat troubles.
My heat troubles came from trying to do shield saves.
Yeah.
They did not come from the reactor or movement or anything like that, and that's how it's going to be. I have an idea of how I want to improve upon this list.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was really good.
It may just be the inclusion of removal of one Warhound and including a Dire Wolf.
Oh, fun. Yeah. Excellent.
With maybe Writhing Carapace on it, so I can swap between Neutron Laser and
I love it.
Volcano Cannon.
Fantastic.
Sometimes it's good to be a mutant.
It's good to be a mutant, that's right. It's where all the fun is. All right, well, hey, thank you everyone so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the battle. And so, everyone on YouTube says like and subscribe, appreciate it. But really what makes this gaming group click is put a comment in the video. Let us know what you liked. Let us know what you didn't like, what you'd like to see differently. And hey, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.